Hi, Zach. It's Ryland, and I was so pleased when you told me that you had listened to He Never Failed Me Yet that we did live at church the other day, and you had heard some rhythms and things that I put in there that were not written on the page, of course, and that I had not done in practice. And they surprised you, and you are one of the very few people that actually probably listened closely enough to pick it out and think about it. So I would like to try to show you a few of those rhythms since you were so astute at listening. And this video is going to be tailor-made for you, no pun intended for your name. But if other folks watch the video and would like to get a little more in-depth or perhaps slow the pace or the content down, anybody can email me at pianoryland@gmail.com and mention this video and to slow it down or a particular section or concept that you'd like to see an additional video on. Please do so and let me know. But for right now, this is for you, Zach, and let's just fast forward for a second because we never got a chance to talk about this, you and I, when we were rehearsing with the live band and the choir and the soloist. And I never told you what to expect. And so here are some of the things that I thought about in selecting what kinds of rhythmic punctuations to add. If we fast forward to the very end of the song, you remember we came out of the chorus and we went into the a cappella drum fill where the choir did the bridge into the tag, and they went he never failed me, he never failed me yet. Feel all that syncopation. He never failed me, he never failed me yet. What I did is I just took that rhythm and decided to use it in certain spaces, in certain places throughout the song as the soloist was singing. That was the first one, that offbeat syncopation. And the other predominant rhythm that you heard was, if I'm calling it correctly, it's a quarter note triplet. A quarter note triplet. So that would be, if you have a steady rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 4, the quarter note comes in after that. Dot 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 dot, while the standard rhythm meter is just straightforward. Dot 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 dot, quarter note triplet. And I decided to throw some of that in there because predominantly as the song begins, you remember, if you look at the sheet music, it's simplistic but yet very nicely done in the accompaniment. But it's pretty straightforward so that most accompanists will be able to ascertain what needs to be handled. But we had a lot more flexibility in what we were doing because we had bass, live drums, live electric guitar, and live piano, and live choir, and live soloist. So the triplets, triplet, 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 triplet is written in the accompaniment. Triplet, 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 triplet. And it's just B flat and E flat. Just very straight and plain triplets. Triplet, triplet. Now, while that's nice, that can get a little repetitive and a little bit stale when you're doing live and you've got a lot of energy and things going on. So I needed to figure out a different way to throw in some things to keep that attention from the audience focused on the soloist and on the music and what's going on. So I used a lot of the quarter note triplets. So there will occur a beat, and then I punctuated the syncopation that followed after it. So while you were on the bass guitar covering that straightforward rhythm, there's the triplet. And then I just took it to a different level. Da 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 da. Feel all that? That's all that triplet, that quarter note triplet. That's all that quarter note triplet. So for a little while I would do triplet, 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 and then I'd put it on the backbeat. You'll hear that term backbeat sometimes used in the studio, and that just simply refers to the syncopation after, like this. See it? And all I did was steal it from the tag or the bridge, brought it forward in the rest of the song. Okay? All right. So it's kind of like a dotted eighth, and then sometimes using the regular triplet and sometimes using the quarter note triplet. The soloist, moving forward to the verse section. Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? Right there where they come in. It's the same thing again, that syncopation. There's that regular triplet. See right there, that's where I just did the regular triplets for a little while, and then all of a sudden flipped the switch and did the quarter note triplets. So the choir was punctuating with the downbeat and with you playing the bass, and then right after they punctuated, I came in on that syncopation. Back into the chorus. Quickly, let's fast forward to the bridge where we go to the B flat minor. So we had the three lead-in chords, the A flat, 9, A7 9, and B flat 9. And we're back to the He never failed me, He never failed I did kind of a little trunk funky trick. And sometimes I would hit the syncopation with the choir vocals. Sometimes I would just continue on because they were comfortable and cemented, and they knew what their part was and what their rhythm was, and they felt good about that. So then I could add other things that they were not accustomed to, and really they probably didn't even notice. And another thing you may have heard me do, classic old jazz lick, I did some. So 1, 5, and 1. Hopefully it's not off the screen. 1, 5, and 1, and all I did was you just grace off of the tritone, the 4 sharp. Okay. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm trying to think of anything else maybe I didn't cover. Little roll down there. You heard me do that a lot. So that was pretty interesting. All right. Let me know what you think.